Hey y'all, welcome to Zikarat Gaming. My name is Zenon, and I'm joined here with Mike
How's it going, everybody?
and John. Is actually not here. He's busy doing adult things like taking care of his taxes and spending times with his loved ones while they're around. I don't know about
Who
that. That
does
last
that?
one's
I don't have time for that.
yeah. What you got? Games to play and jobs to do. What are you talking about? Highly questionable, if you ask me, honestly. Anyway, here at Zikarat, every week we alternate between taking a look at news in the video game world and taking an in-depth critique at a game of our choosing. Modern, retro, doesn't matter. Next week we are going to be finally discussing the original Legend of Zelda, but this week we're going to go over the news of pretty much the past month. We're not going to touch on everything, but just what we find a little bit interesting. So, let's had some scheduling conflicts. I know I've been busy, you've been busy, John's been busy, but he's not here,
sick.
so sick. I mean, whatever. We're just gonna blame all of this on John because clearly he's not here today.
True.
So we got a bit of catch up
for
to
the
do.
win.
Yeah, right. What is he gonna do? Defend himself? I don't think so. Uh, lots of game releases. Some good, most of them forgettable, and some that I'm sure some people would like to forget. I kind of want to knock out the bullshit out of the way, if that's okay with you.
I'm totally fine with that.
Honestly, that game that has been in development for since Xbox 360, Crackdown 3, kind of snuck out to shelves. Did you play Crackdown 1 or 2?
I played the original one for a little bit. I didn't pick up 2. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this game, but these ones just aren't for me.
Dude, I loved Crackdown 1. Crackdown 2, I thought it was someone tricked me. They scammed me into buying the same game. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? This is the same game. And Crackdown 3, I didn't even know it was like on the radar to be released. That game was just shoved out the door with like no food and water. Good luck. Fucking hell.
Only thing I knew about that game was Terry Crews is there, and that's about it.
Really? That is the most interesting thing I've heard about that game so far. So, wow.
Exactly.
Far Cry New Dawn, not Far Cry New Vegas, what I called it, not even 5 minutes ago. But Far Cry New Dawn came out. My bad. It's been a day, sir. Please. I don't know how you feel about Far Cry games, but I like picking them up every couple of years. I don't know about you, if that's your jam. Like, are you into that?
I actually watched John play the last one for a little bit.
I'm sorry, who?
Oh, you know
the guy who's supposed to be
that's
here.
here.
That's
Yeah.
right. Okay, yeah, okay.
But I watched him play that one for a little bit, and actually we ended up. I remember at one point right at the beginning, he ended up walking away for a little bit to make a snack before he started playing, and he came back and he had beat the game.
Oh, really?
Because
good for him.
they had that random ending where if you just sit there
no
for long
shit.
enough, you win.
Oh, so he just fucking stumbled upon that, like, oh, what happened?
Yes, he
This
did.
is a waste of $60.
It's a game that plays itself while you're gone.
Damn. He just goes in there, Mike, what the hell did you do?
I do know I had a lot of friends that had a lot of fun with Primal, though.
Yeah, this is their off season, if you want to call it, their side story where they take the same like map or engine, like map and like architecture, and just work it into a new like side story.
Yeah.
Did you play 5?
I personally did not play 5.
Do you know the story of 5? Okay.
I can't think of
Okay.
it.
No, that's fine. Because that game is nuts. It makes an ending that I don't know if you've heard, but all right, I'm gonna spoil the ending because it came out like 2 years ago. Also, it's a Far Cry game, so it's ridiculous.
Spoilers. Just letting
super
everyone know.
spoilers.
Spoiler warning.
Yeah, but okay. And this actually made me want to finish the game. Basically, that game's about the Doomsday Prepper, Doomsday cult, like, dude, whatever, it's bullshit, like, militia that takes over this whole area. It's whatever, who cares? It's a Far Cry game. Bad guys are in this area. You're from the military, and these guys are saying like, "Oh, they're gonna end the world." Blah blah blah. The military is bad and all that stuff, and we're redneck hick. Like, oh, we're the right guys. We're the righteous.
It's like the second coming of the Civil War.
basically, and the way that game ends is like the last mission. I can't speak the details too much. Again, I only watched it. I didn't play it, but fucking turns out they were right. And the guy you've been hunting the entire game pulls you in the bunker, and while the fucking bombs go off. So like the entire world is literally nuked.
Nice.
And like this game takes place 17 or so years after that, which not unlike the other game I mentioned that I seriously forgot, Crackdown, was the most interesting thing I heard about it. So
that
it's
sounds
totally
like the
a fun
most
game.
batshit game I've ever heard of.
Yeah,
That
and like
sounds
apparently
amazing.
it doesn't even earn it. Yeah, dude, like it's just like, oh, I guess this is happening now, like just straight out of left field, which is cool, I guess. But I don't know.
It's fine if people want to do that. I mean, it definitely draws interest.
Dude, drew my interest, and also like you could do whatever you want with the sequel. Like, dude, you want apparently if you want like Mad Max style faction in your Far Cry game, New Dawn's got it. So, but you know, whatever. That game is competent. It's fine. It's good. It's a fun game. Apparently, I just haven't played it, and I don't think I'm gonna spend $60 on that. Maybe like 20, like I did with Far Cry 5. Play a couple hours of it, enjoy it, and then be done with it.
Yeah, honestly, just from hearing that, I might wait until it's in one of those sale bins somewhere at some store and just pick it up.
Yeah. Like I think those are those are kind of the games that aren't really budget titles, because obviously they're AAA, but like, you know, huge big budget games like that one would be like A or AA, because you know it's like a off year project. But
it's like
I think we need more games like that.
there.
Yeah, totally. I think we need more games like that, like enjoyable ones, not like. But maybe Crackdown would be fun for $5. I'll pick it up on Steam if it ever comes to that. I'll touch on that in a minute too with the So, you know what? Let's actually talk about that right now. So, biggest news as far as like PC games, and speaking of Crackdown, and speaking of like traditionally Microsoft owned games, Microsoft had their little press conference basically saying, hey, you guys like PC games? You guys like games as a platform, or like games as a service instead of like just Xbox? Well, Xbox Anywhere is now going to be on your PC. Like Master Chief Collection is coming to Steam, which is kind of crazy.
I think that will be dope, honestly.
Straight up, as someone who is getting, you know, knee deep in Destiny, like back again on and off for every couple months, I'm like, man, what if I could play Reach? And now, man, I could play Reach in a couple months. Like, I love Reach. And ODST. Like, those two are one of my favorites, like, for sure on 360.
Yeah.
I crazy news, like, really exciting and really cool for, I think, Microsoft, like, as a whole.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to hit a lot of people right in their childhood, because I know for me personally, I spent a lot of time with Halo and Halo 2.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
like, I feel like this growing up, those were the games that you had to have. Everybody had them at their house just in case their friends were coming over. Get split screen, which also doesn't really exist anymore, but you know.
Oh, yeah, of course. No, why would you? It's way too resource intensive. Come on. Everyone's got an Xbox anyway, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, my 1 and 2, like I remember my buddy going to do like family stuff, which again I don't think happens, but like visit the river and family in Arizona for the summer. So he let me borrow his Xbox, and I was playing. Shout out to two things: Big Floppy Donkey Dick,
Nice.
whoever you are on Xbox Live, and a big thumbs down to Xbox banning certain people's names on Xbox Live. Like, why would you do that?
I know, right?
Yeah, I spent the entire summer just playing with like these dudes who were clearly in college and like teaching me how to shoot. Like, super fun. I maybe went outside like 3 times that summer.
You know, fun fact, with one of my dad's girlfriend's son at the time, we like to make movies out of Halo 2. We would just go into the multiplayer and just record sessions. We would straight up make movies out of it, like all red versus blue status.
Classico red versus blue, man, for sure. Yeah,
like,
that's.
I remember doing that for hours. That was the best thing I've ever done in a game.
Man, like, dude, we would, I don't know about you, we would just do snipers, go on Ascension, try and hide from each other, and just, set it to like 50 kills, whatever the hell the max was. She's like, all right, cool, good luck. Like, oh man, I love that game.
I know.
It's crazy. That's exciting. That's cool. That's a big news story.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. But one thing that I think is a tiny news story is the hell. I guess Google's going to game streaming.
Google, what is it? Stadia?
Stadia. Yeah, Stadia. I think that sounds about right.
Their stream box, right?
Yeah, I don't know. This will be cool for I guess people who want to play games but don't want to commit, I guess. But
I feel like they're kind of trying to reinvent the wheel with this. I mean, Steam had their machine come out years ago.
Yeah, but that wasn't even like this is like actual like streaming off the internet though, right?
Yes, I believe it is.
So there's a PlayStation Now, which was OnLive, I think, before that. They bought that up or something.
Yes.
Either way, there's been a bunch of these and they've all made like little pebble throws in the pond. Maybe this one will be
they're
big.
not catching on.
Yeah, like I'd rather own the game. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the gamers are collectors, or I don't know. Renting games isn't something for like that was on the tail end of my childhood. Like,
yeah,
last Best Buy for me was what 2008, 2007. I had already graduated high school, so I was like not even like in that demographic. Like that was done. I was already on to digital games at that point.
Yeah, I know. I know for me personally, I actually, up until the last like 2 or 3 years or so, I actually like to own all of my games as well.
Yeah. But then you realize, oh god, this is a lot of shelf space. Please help.
That's exactly what it is. I have all of my old Xbox and PlayStation 3 games on a bookshelf in the guest bedroom.
Yeah.
Because I don't have room for them.
My flipping shed at my mother's house, thank goodness she let me keep a couple boxes there, but they're probably rained on to hell. Like, there's just no room for them. So, Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Oh
so, speaking of rained on, let's talk about Anthem for a little bit.
Okay, let's.
So, that game released. I'll just go over I don't know if they're highs, but the high and lows of that game over the past month. So, 22nd of there's a February release, so it's been on a month and a week or so. Basically released. People were whatever about it. There was a way to grind levels very quickly where you can just join in on quests, and the way their system worked was it'll pair you up with the quest that is furthest along. So you would join quests that you couldn't complete, and
just
basically
be at
your
the
team
end and win.
And then it would load. You would load into like sometimes you wouldn't even make it into the game. Like it would load in, and because the loading times were so long, it would load in, and you would have like an extra long load, and that meant that they just finished the mission in the time that you were loading, so you would still get the rewards and the experience without having to do a single thing.
That's ridiculous.
So supposedly they fixed that. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I guess that was apparently in the beta. Like some crafty fools knew about that, which good on them. Then there was I guess we're calling it the loot shower, where someone goofed and like pressed a button and a ton of loot came out for a weekend or so, and now it was immediately preceded by the loot famine. And also, by the way, everyone was complaining about the game that there was no good loot and blah blah blah. The loot shower happened where you were getting a ton of loot and it was fun and exciting, but then the BioWare rolled it back, and now it's like the loot famine is apparently the phase that people are calling it, if the people are playing it still. But basically, like nothing. There's next to nothing, and the grind is unbelievable. People are coming up with crazy theories like, oh, it's the AI is trying to get you to buy money, whatever. People do whatever meme jokes they want, but either way, the players are not particularly happy. Or at least I know those who shout loudest are the ones who get heard. But
yep. But you got to think at some point, if there's that many people shouting, there's got to be a problem somewhere.
Yep. And the subreddit is Anthem Game or whatever it is, but imagine that they had to make another subreddit, Anthem without salt, or like salt-free Anthem, whatever it is on Reddit. Like, I don't even think they did that for Fallout 76, and there was a million reasons to do that, but I don't know. Curious game. Either way, just today, Jason Schreier from Kotaku, who does, I would say, exceptional investigative journalism, posted an roughly 11,000 word story on Anthem, and pretty much behind the scenes from 19 developers who worked on Anthem or were close to Anthem, whether that be managerial or system related or other projects in BioWare, or even EA. Honestly, it's just 19, and I generally trust Schreier's sources. Basically explains nearly everything that they were willing to speak about what went wrong with that game, where they believe that apparently at BioWare they have the belief that in BioWare magic, no matter how rough a game's production may be, it'll come together in the final months, and it will always like coalesce into a finished good product, which to me,
oh my god.
Dude, that translates to crunch time out the like rear end, like, which is not great. Like I tell you, this is still like one of the few industries where crunch time is, yeah, that's the answer, dude. My dev buddies are like, they hate it. I'm sorry, my boy, but you're super pissy when you're on crunch time. Like, I know I don't talk to him. I don't do it. Like, he's just chilling.
Yeah.
Like, there's other people, like, it's fine. But they're rightfully upset because they're pushed and they're there for long days and they just go home, go sleep, and there's no time for social life or anything. And yeah.
I've actually heard crazy stories where some of them like sleep in office. You just sleep whenever you can, and then you go back to work.
Yeah, it's like military shift, dude. Like, crazy. Not for me. Like, not for me at all.
I never followed that whole path down, but I know even for school, sometimes the projects that they would give us, I would have to pull some shit like that to get it done.
Yeah, and you always feel like a jackass. Like, fuck, why didn't I just do like 2 hours of work a day when I first did it? I'd be done within the first week or 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not like, I mean, unless they're giving a project, a paper due next day, but, you know, it's college, so 2 days minimum.
Yeah.
But, dude, I don't know. That's crunch time. That's an industry-wide thing. You got the Rockstar, you got this, you got Fallout, you got pretty much everything. It's the nature of the industry, and I don't agree with it, but
I think that's how you work yourself to death, honestly.
Yeah.
It's not for me. I know.
Nope. I'll touch up on just a couple more things on that, but they put out the roadmap, and apparently people aren't really interested in that. I looked over it. It's not really interesting. Like, hey, where's Anthem going? On the story itself, apparently Frostbite is a nightmare to work with. Like, it's, to quote and it's big on the page, Frostbite is full of razor blades, says former BioWare developer. Which, that doesn't sound great.
No.
That explains why the buggy mess and like the load times and all that, and that's made by, who is it, DICE, right?
Yes, that is made by DICE.
And they've got their own shit to do, I think. So, you know, their Battlefield, I was going to say Battlefield Hardlines 2. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Cops and Robbers Part 2. We're playing Cowboys and Indians this time.
Oh, shit. I'm in. It's like Red Dead Redemption, but there's no redemption. Whatever fucking Battlefield they're up to, 6, 7, I don't even know. But that they're the developers on that. They make that engine, and like apparently every studio that works with it has a hard ass time, and BioWare's no different. What were you telling me? What future games were made on that?
Oh my god. Apparently Dragon Age 4 is going to be built on top of that tech that Anthem was built on, and
sick.
I just see another mess coming through, honestly.
Sick.
I don't...
Dude, you would hope they would learn, but I don't know. Oh, you know what? On that article, this is like the saddest thing. Apparently, did you play Inquisition?
I did play Inquisition, yes.
Yeah, was surprised by like how well that game was received. And did you like it at all, or
Personally, yes, I actually did like that one quite a lot.
it kind of felt like a shallow release to me, but it got universal praise, and I was like, oh damn, I was not expecting that. I didn't. Again, the game I didn't play, but this is like the saddest thing in the article. One of the people said they were hoping that Inquisition failed
Mm-hmm.
to change the horrible deadline structure that they had. Like, some of the team expressed like remorse that it actually succeeded and it was a critical because of, oh god, that just kind of provided validation that this crunch thing actually works, which that fucking sucks. Like,
That does suck, honestly.
I don't know, it's video games, man. It's supposed to be a fun thing. Like, work is work for sure, and working hard is like rewarding in its own right, but not at the cost of like mental health or dread going into work, or management projects, things like that.
Oh, for sure. I love what the developers give us. Honestly, video games take up most of my free time.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that they can put that out for us, but then that's me blinders on, not thinking what's actually going into this to make this.
Yeah, it's actually exactly that. Blinders on, that's a good way to put it. What is it? Red Dead Redemption, same deal. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna enjoy this game, and then my narrow vision, if I expand it, oh, what's that? Another article by former Rockstar developers or Rockstar employees saying this is a mess or crunch time is shitty. Well, actually, you wouldn't see that because the brothers who own Rockstar have a major NDA that they don't let their employees talk about their work schedule, which is pretty fucked in its own right.
Yep.
But I don't know.
I
That's
don't know. That
honestly,
silence almost says more than them coming out and saying, "Hey, this sucks."
seriously. And apparently they lifted that to an extent. They're like, hey, no, we're good. Y'all can talk about it. But honestly, that seems like a trap. Like, hey, so Mike, we noticed that you worked on the foliage. We just got some comments. We just read this article about someone who said some bullshit about the foliage, and I'm pretty sure you were assigned to that. Like,
Yep.
No, I'm good. I'd rather keep my job and not talk about the foliage, but I guess that's how they get you. So I don't know. It's an industry-wide problem that I don't see going away without the word that people hate, but unions or something similar to that. Because I don't know.
That's
I know.
that's probably honestly the only answer that there will be to that, unless
Yeah.
Anthem has proven that they can't pull this anymore. Because I know.
But you have this game. What about the 6 other games that will be released this year under the same deadline, same schedule, same bullshit that will be successful?
Well, that's the thing. Hopefully they aren't.
Yeah.
I mean, that sucks to say. That's somebody's livelihood, but
Like, I feel you brought up the school thing. I feel like that's a good point. That's something for you that you would rely on for your success, and you're choosing to basically saying, okay, I know this is due, but I'm not gonna, I'm gonna play video games. I'm gonna, screw around for 2 weeks, a week, however long I have. But if I was your like homework manager, I would be freaking the fuck out if you were like, dude, that's due in like 2 days, right? Like, I get 25% of this grade, and if I'm not passing, if everyone else is doing the same thing, I'm not going to get any credit for this, and I have to try and manage your time. Like, that seems like a failure on my part. And also, why are you paying me? Just pay me to do your homework like a normal crazy person would.
no, I remember that well. There were times for, like, I would have to have some backgrounds painted. And legitimately, there were times where I would work on it like all hell, and they would turn out fine. And then there were times where my professor would come up and looked at me, and he'd be like, "This isn't your work. What happened here?" And it's just like, oh, I crunched those out in 6 hours last night.
Yeah. How do you feel about the? I personally think the best work is done from 2 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Exactly.
Sorry, 7:50 a.m. Took me 10 minutes to get here.
There were days where I did that though, and it was dumb. I felt like I was gonna die.
God. Like, man, in my current position, like, I've done, like, I started, I helped open up a large retail store, and having to do that on a like huge corporate level has been a nightmare. And I'm like, oh fuck that! I'm actually going to study this time, or I'm going to figure out how to get all these jerks trained. And I'm just kidding, y'all are great employees. But you know, like before the store opens, before we get the registers in, before all this stuff is, it took me one to do that, and already like that's paying off. Like I took a test recently, and I actually studied for it. You know, more than one day before I was supposed to.
Yeah.
You know, it's just you learn it and you either change or you just keep doing it. Because I technically it worked. I could keep doing it. Like stores open, we're doing pretty solid, but no, that kind of sucked for the employees. Like seeing us stressed carried the stress from the leadership down to the employees, and that was not cool to see them be like harried when we're like, whoa, why are you guys, you know, pissed? Like we're the ones who are on the line here, not you.
Yeah, see, and that's a good point. Is that kind of pressure puts everybody on edge. It's not just the people with their head on the chopping block, it's everybody. And that's just, it's not a healthy work environment at all.
Yeah. And it, you know, shit rolls downhill, but
yes, it does.
Having like, because me, if the store open was a failure, like I'm shit at hiding my emotions, and I know that for sure my team picked up on like how stressed I was. And dude, my hair was not as gray as it was a year ago as it is now. Like omega stressful doing that. And if I had to like put my team through that, no, that's fucked up. I'm not doing that, man. So
yeah.
And you think if you would do that once, the same thing would carry over to your game industry or whatever. But I don't know. Very curious. That's Anthem.
Yeah.
Fantastic 11,000.
That is Anthem.
Glowing review of or glowing criticism of Anthem. But yeah, I don't know, man. But BioWare, so Dragon Age is on that. Do you care about any more properties? Like, so hopefully Dragon Age is actually going to be solid, but like Mass Effect Andromeda was like potato chips. Like it was just crumbs. It was just garbage. Like it was just, I don't want that in my life.
It felt like they were taking one of their staples and just tossing it to the wayside.
Oh, also hearing this article, apparently the Anthem team was talking shit on the Mass Effect Andromeda team. So that's, and this is what the product that they put out, like, not a good sign. But I don't know, your Mass Effect, you have Star Wars is never coming back because they don't own that. Or I guess EA technically does, so they could arguably get another KOTOR.
I would love another KOTOR, personally.
Yeah. Yeah. But even, like, KOTOR 2, Knights of the Republic 2 was pretty fucking broken.
Yep.
So, I don't know, I guess the history of this just kind of works. We just forget because it works and it's fun. It works well enough.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what they're going to end up doing with that, honestly. But
You know what that means, though? Jade Empire reboot coming hot and heavy. Nintendo Switch exclusive. Any thoughts on Anthem, BioWare before we wrap that up?
My only thoughts on Anthem are still the same ones that I've had from day one. I haven't been able to play it. I cannot
believe it's so broken for you.
I have literally tried to play it. I tried to get into the beta. I couldn't play it. Infinite load screens. I played it on day one. Went into the little tutorial mission. 2 minutes into that mission, my character got stuck and would literally not move forward. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. It kept on doing it. I kept resetting it, and it kept sticking me there. And I even closed the game, opened up a different game, and played around with that game just to make sure that my controller was actually working. Like
Has John had those issues?
No, Anthem has not had any issues for John. For whatever reason, I cannot play this game.
Huh. Maybe it's doing you a favor though, man, honestly.
It might just be my Xbox just trying to save me, honestly.
It's like, no, bro, come on.
It's like, I got your back, just trust me.
Yeah. Go back to playing Destiny or Final Fantasy.
Exactly.
Like, come on. You'll enjoy this. Oh, brother. That's BioWare, that's that. So, speaking of jokes and Anthem, yesterday was April Fool's Day.
Yes, it was.
I personally avoid the internet on that day. Like, I get it. Everyone has their goofs and their silly like you told me, apparently was it? What was
there
it?
was
You
an
said there was a vacuum?
Xbox and a Sony Direct.
Oh yeah, which apparently none of those were real. Which like, of course, but yeah, and like the goofy ones are fine. Was it
the vacuum? Yes.
Yeah.
Thinking had a freaking Roomba that had Kirby on top of it.
Like,
and just
okay,
Kirby would suck up the dirt.
which, dude, that's a good idea. Like, get that on there. You know, granted, like what, $100-$400 for those things, but make it
Honestly,
happen,
I
Nintendo.
think I would buy that just as the nerd that I am. But
Yeah, I don't even need that. Like, we have 20 square foot of carpet, but yeah, absolutely. God, that's the stuff I like, but just like the whole fake press conferences, because
Yeah.
it just perpetuates, and like you get the whole fake news, you know, whatever, the fake news perpetuating.
Oh no.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
Get your
I don't
red
know.
hats, everybody.
Yeah, seriously. God. Oh, you don't have yours? Pre-order mine. You know, get the pre-order bonuses.
Exactly.
Um,
Pre-order bonus
which-
gets you a wall.
yeah, dope, sick. You get one brick in the wall. Oh Jesus, this is. Oh man. Hold on, I need to make an alias, and I just thought of a get-rich-quick scheme. I need to do. What's the smallest font you could put? Not affiliated with the actual U.S. government. Just curious, asking
Just
for
stick
a
it
friend.
in Comic Sans. No one will actually
Yeah.
read it. They'll just be pissed off at the font.
Oh, that's right. And I could put that with the hats too. I mean, not that I would do that, but my God. Now I'm on to some things.
I mean, I got my Photoshop subscription back, so you know.
Oh, hell yeah, it's happening. All right, we're going to discuss this off air. This is too juicy of a sweet, sweet deed. Good Lord. Oh, you know, on those fake directs that you're talking about, apparently they... I don't know if this is a real goof or not, but apparently they had the Metroid Prime... Everything is coming to Switch. There's like IGN hosted this or some YouTuber hosted this, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Metroid Prime Trilogy coming to Switch, blah, blah, blah. Everything's coming to Switch. And then there's a real goofy, like, fake Nintendo Direct. However, as of like an hour ago, the Best Buy employee website has 3 listings for Nintendo games. One of them is A Link's Awakening, which, you know, whatever, it's coming out. A Link to the Past, which, you know, that's in their system. That makes sense. That's valid. Link's Awakening, which has not been announced as far as I know. Oh, no, I'm sorry. A Link to the Past has not been announced as like a remake or a, you know...
No, it hasn't.
Maybe a
Link's Awakening
small-
is the new game coming out later this year.
Yes, with the adorable art style that I'm
Yes.
excited for, like the toys. And then Metroid Prime Trilogy is also on their employee website, which is good. Did you play those games at all?
I love the Metroid games.
Yeah, I played one. I probably like 98% of that. I'm pretty sure I was pissed because I missed like 2 scans or some bullshit. Furious.
You don't want to go back and do it again.
No, it's like for me it was probably like 20 hours back then. That's probably like a 6-hour game now for all I know.
Yeah.
You know, kid brain. Metroid Prime 2 I never owned. I was borrowed it and I didn't get the chance to beat it. And 3 I only owned on the trilogy, but really don't care for motion controls.
No.
Having this, like, the trilogy on the Switch would be pretty dope. The only thing that we're like, oh, okay, that might be bullshit. They might have just thought like, oh shit, this is real. Let's make a SKU for it. Let's make a product code for it. The only thing that kind of I totally believe is Persona 5.
If
was
it
also-
weren't for the Persona 5 edition, honestly, I would think that this whole thing was bullshit as well. But
Totally. Like that kind of like, yeah, obviously Persona 5 is coming to the Switch. Like, why else would Joker be in Smash?
exactly.
Like,
It makes sense.
You have brand synergy. You have all this, like, I mean, end of this month or within a couple weeks.
Yep.
So you have Joker in here, like, oh, this character's dope. He's quiet as hell, but he's dope. Like, let's get him.
It's like it's almost like he can't talk.
I know, like some sort of protagonist, that's silent. Like, let's get him in. I would like to play a game with this cool character and his weird cat sidekick that's probably going to be in his ultimate which spoilers, it's probably the bus that's gonna drive over everyone. That's my guess for Jokers.
It probably will be. That's true.
Yeah. Or they go crazy and do the bring in Persona 3 people and just shoot themselves in the head to get another fucking Persona.
Whoa! This is a child's game now.
Oh, sorry. They shoot a water gun at the enemy team.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be cool as hell.
Yeah,
also,
I feel like his Arsene persona is just going to be linked to his regular attacks.
Sure. Wait. 8 costumes, right? For Persona?
Mm-hmm.
Or in the Smash Brothers?
Yep.
What if it's actually Joker and the other 7 characters are like different palette swaps, like the
Honestly,
Koopa
that'd
Kids?
be dope because they're keeping that pretty
Cool
well
as
under wraps right now.
That's cool as fuck. It won't happen. Sorry.
It won't happen, but you heard it here first.
Yeah, man, that'd be dope as shit. Like, give me Morgana, give me fucking Haru, like, give me them all. Oh
Yes.
man, not gonna happen. But Nintendo, what's up with that? Why you gotta crush my dream I just made up 2 seconds ago?
It's like, I mean, they did it for the Bowser Jr.
Yeah,
Just
like,
do it for
and
Persona.
no one,
You got
literally, no
characters.
one asked for that.
No, I know.
No one cared.
What's even crazier is he's a top tier character.
Ugh, dude, I don't even know. I'm not keeping up on that. I know Link got up in the mix, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Yep.
Ridiculous. Yeah. So I don't know. That's last bit. Maybe true, maybe not. But the fact that it's been posted, it's apparently confirmed on the employee website, which has leaked countless games and countless amiibo before this.
Best Buy does have a tendency to leak all of their stuff.
Yeah. Like, I know GameStop used to be the one to do that, and I would be like, oh shit, this game's in our system. Cool.
Yeah.
Like, a couple weeks before E3, like a month before E3. But Best Buy seemed to be taking that reign and taking the reins and running with it. So
We'll see
Anyway.
we'll see where that path leads to.
yep, enjoy the emergency Nintendo Direct coming, next month before E3, which is in 2 months, which is kind of crazy.
Yes. I can't believe it's already going to be summer. Oh my god.
Yeah. All right, throwing this out there. I don't know if you have an answer. What do you want from an E3? We're 2 months out. What do you want from an E3?
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
I want my Code Vein.
Your what?
My FromSoft Code Vein has been lost
Oh.
somewhere in time, and I'm waiting for it still.
Oh,
That's what I want.
well, I wish you the best of luck with that, sir.
It's just somewhere out in the ether, so I'm just gonna put out my thoughts and just hope
you
that
know
it
what?
comes around.
I'm sure somewhere someone just got some like, oh damn, I feel good right now. Someone,
I want
some
my
From
anime Dark
Software.
Souls, man.
yeah, some from software employees like, oh, I woke up feeling great today. What just happened? Everyone's smiling at me. What? Oh, I feel good. Damn. Well,
What
I
do
want
you-
Dota 3.
You want Dota 3?
Not really, but I just I don't know.
Just
Give me
throwing
another
it out
Dota
there.
update. Yeah, I just want more Dota. Or you know what? Give me a Valve game. Give me a real Valve game. That's what I want. Yeah. John doesn't want anything because he's not here, so he doesn't get to have any thoughts.
Exactly.
But
Sorry,
I
John.
don't know. Well, John, you know what? I just got a message in from John. He wants Fallout 77. Is what he wants. So putting him down for 77. So
He wants a
that's
patch. John
Yeah.
wants a patch for E3.
that. Jesus Christ. I'm sure he'll
Oh,
get
man.
several of those. All right. Well, that pretty much does it for us here. Unless you got any closing thoughts, any upcoming. What game are we playing that? Oh, we're talking. What game is it? Legend of Zelda next week,
Yes.
and
Legend of
we'll have
Zelda next
the.
week.
That'll be with John, and I think he's dipping out for some Star Wars next week after that. So
Yes,
another
it is.
news
So
week.
it will just be the two of us that week. We'll have a big news week that week, hopefully.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll make something up either way.
That's true.
Uh,
oh my God! King Kong just attacked Godzilla in Tokyo.
Holy shit! Wait, I'm pretty sure that movie's coming out though, so that might not be.
It is. Oh my God.
Oh, yikes! All right, we gotta workshop this. We'll be back in next week, guys. Have a good one. This is Ziggurat Gaming. Peace out, y'all.
Later.